I think I'm gonna change the channel name to Hector's Ford Transit Connect, because all I'm doing right now is Ford Transit Connect. This is a 2015 Ford Transit Connect F-250, and I'm gonna be doing the front brakes on this one, same as the one I did before. We're gonna run through this because afterwards I got some spark plugs to do, and we got other cars we gotta check out, so let's get to work. Start off by taking these two 15 millimeters that hold the caliper to the bracket. I'm gonna use a pry bar to spread the, it's gonna help me push the piston back in. 21 millimeter for the caliper bracket. I know it's not an impact, but it'll take it off. All right, let's keep going here. Nice. Bracket is out. Put it right here. 221 millimeters holding it in. Now, inside these holes, it's a T50 Torx that you gotta use, and I don't have a long one, but this one's gonna work. Right there. This is what you're taking off inside. T50 screws, but don't take them all the way out, just leave them in there. It'll be easier to put once you have them everything apart. And I'll leave this one out, but let me do the rest. Now this is where you want to be careful, because this is pretty heavy to take off, so you want to hold it before you take off the last screw. There it is. Now we can take off the 13 millimeters that are holding the hub to the rotor. This is the best way to do this. You put the old rotor face up, you put the new one face down on it, and you can bolt it on. Good. Ya me cansé de transits. All right, now from here we just put the pads back, the caliper back, lubricate everything. It's not that difficult. It just looks crazy because it's different. Bracket. Put a little bit of grease right here where the pad meets the bracket. Take off the old slide pins and wipe that old grease off, and then coat it with some brand new fresh grasa. Okay. Just rub it all around. This is gonna help everything slide better. Same thing for the other one. See how nasty that is? Clean it up a little bit. coat it with grease. You don't need a lot, just enough to help it slide, because you don't want this to seize up on you. See that? That's enough right there. Cool. All right, we're gonna do this side too. I know I always say it's gonna get repetitive, but I feel like people want to see this, so we're gonna have to run through this too. You always want to start them by hand so that you don't strip them. I see a lot of people run through this and they try to do it fast and they just gun them. Now they f shit up. So right now I'm just gonna gun it because I already got like 3 or 4 threads started on there, so we're safe. Also, here's a quick tip for you guys. If you're gonna be doing a lot of these Ford Transits, F-250s, 150s or whatever, and you're gonna be doing a lot of front brakes, get yourself a couple of these. Because I can tell, I don't know if you can see it on here, but just looking at the tip, this thing's gonna break off one of these days. So T50, and if you can't get a longer one, just get a good one. This one is from Mac. I don't know if you can see that there, but always have more on hand. Swap out your hardware all the time, every time. It only takes 2 extra seconds to do it, so don't be lazy, motherfucker. This is what I'm using, silicone brake lube. Just putting a little bit here where there's gonna be metal to metal contact. Slide the brake pads in. Get your guide pins out and clean them out real good. Again, put some lube on there. Be generous if you want. You don't need a lot, but whatever floats your boat. See, a lot of times these things get stuck and people change their calipers out without having to. All they gotta do is take these out, lube them up and put them back in there and they'll be okay. Now when you take these out and you're putting them back in, make sure you have this rubber bushing in there. After a while, what happens is this little bushing right here gets swollen and people take it off because they can't put this guide, this little slide pin back in. So they take it off and then that gives them braking problems. They'll get like squeak because instead of the caliper sliding straight in and out like this, it'll kind of vibrate like that. Obviously it's very minimal, but over time it gives you problems. So make sure that bushing is in there. And that's that from brake pads and rotors on a 2015 Ford Transit F-250. I'm gonna put the wheels back. I still got spark plugs to do, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna make them part of this video or a separate video, but this is how it is. After a while, you do so many Ford Transits that it becomes simple. Your flag hours get better because instead of taking an hour to do brakes, you do them in 30 minutes, then 20 minutes. So I don't know if I'm gonna end it here, but if I do, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one.